Here's my rapid review of round 11 of the Tata Steel Tournament. First up, Voitek against Aronian. This was a heavyweight theoretical Slav. In this position, after 18 moves, Voitek made a new move. He played rook fc1. Well, unsurprisingly, white is better in this position with the space advantage, but Aronian defended extremely well. If you want to understand how rooks and bishops combine well in an endgame, this is a good one to study. Voitek in this position is a pawn up, but Aronian drew the game with a nice little switch here. A3, that pawn got taken, but now rook check, and this is just a draw because the king simply cannot escape. There we go, the bishop prevents the king running away too far, so that was a draw. Moving on, we have Andrein against Wesley So. This was really tedious. Andrein made no attempt to win the game. It was a Berlin, and well, we've seen this kind of endgame before. Draw. Disappointing, but of course Wesley, he's just moving steadily towards the finishing tape. But that draw meant that the chasing pack had a chance to gain a bit of ground on him, and Wei Yi did exactly that by defeating Carlsen. Now, Wei Yi against the Berlin kept more tension with d3, and he repeated a line that Wesley So had played against Caruana in St. Louis last year. And, well, black certainly has compensation for a pawn here. Here, Caruana took on e4 with the knight. Probably the most reliable way to play. He lost the game, but probably not because of the opening. Instead, Carlsen recaptured on e4 with the pawn, but things went very well for Wei Yi, and he really caught Carlsen out. And, well, very quickly they reached an endgame where Wei Yi was in exchange for a pawn up, but the Chinese 17-year-old played with superb technique and won this game. So he caught up a little bit on Wesley So. Nishi against Leonov. Here's the position after 25 moves. They've just traded into an endgame. This game went on a long time. Both players fighting very hard, but neither player really looked like they could win this game. So that was a draw. Moving on, Carlsen against Adiban. Well, Carlsen, of course, with the white pieces, thought this must be a great day to try and win and catch up Wesley, but I'm afraid he couldn't manage it. Adiban played the Scandinavian, and Carlsen played a very risky idea. Round about here, he has a nice advantage, but things got mad. Carlsen took a very hot pawn, and round about here, Adiban, well, he's got his pawn back, and here he missed a fantastic chance. Check out my game of the day, where I'll show you the details of this game. It's a fascinating encounter, but it did finally end in a draw. Giri against Harikrishna. Well, if you're interested in English theory, then this game could be for you. This very interesting line with e4. This is quite an old line. This has all been seen before. Around about here, I'm going to take you to the critical moment. Here, Giri produced a novelty. Instead of retreating his bishop, he played pawn to c6. Very interesting move. He should have won the game, but round about here, he messed up. And Harikrishna, with an excellent defensive move, only move for black here is to play king d7, preventing white playing queen d6. And the game was drawn a few moves later by perpetual check. So Giri drew again, but he had a great winning chance. Final game, Rapport against Van Velde. This game was absolutely mental. Van Velde has advanced his pawn all the way here. If he can break through to White's king, the king will be in trouble. He played g5. So things are just exploding. A risky move because it opens up the h-file. Here, well, Rapport could have played knight e6. He didn't bother. He just sacrificed a piece. Well, this game was absolutely mental. It finally finished in a draw by perpetual check. Let me just take you back a few moves. Both players had chances to win. Completely crazy game. It's but a draw in the end. So, in fact, all games were drawn today apart from Wei Yi, who defeated Harikrishna, which leaves Wesley So still out in front with 7.5 points. Then Wei Yi on his own in second position with 7. Then a chasing pack, Aronian, Carlsen, Leonov on 6.5. Big game tomorrow in the penultimate round. Wesley So has White against Wei Yi. The top 2 players in the tournament face each other. That game will decide the tournament.